Okay, this lesson we're going to do the train wheel. Okay, so the first thing we got to look for is how big is our wheel. Well, from center to the outside says 1, so that's half. So half of 1 times 2 is obviously 2. So let's pick a plane to draw on. They got their plane straight up and down, so let's pick that one same way. So we click this pattern, and let's see, so we're going to make our wheel at 2 inches. Boosh. Okay, so now what's the next diameter? So it's recessed as in, and this is 0.75. So we all know out there in the math world, 0.75 times 2 is 1.5. That's right. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Before we do that, let's go ahead and extrude this. Let's just extrude the whole thing. Let's get both inside and outside. And that is, let's look at the thickness of the tire. So over here it's 0.25. So let's make our tire 0.25. Okay, now let's get the center part. Okay, so this one is going to be 0.15. So 1.5. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. We got this one. So let's cut this one in, and this one goes how much? It goes half the distance of the tire. So if you look right here, you see these two arrows pointing to the inner one. It's 0.125. So let's extrude this one. 0.125. Let's make it go inwards, and let's cut it. So I'll remove this part. Now, the next part shows these two arrows, this little 0.25, that's half. So once again, the diameter is 0.5. So let's click on the inside of our circle where it's recessed back. So we're going to draw this at 0.5. And this comes back out to the same distance as that. So this one here, we're going to extrude. The overall size is 0.25, but since we've already got 0.25 backing, this side is only needs to be 0.25 to give the overall distance of 0.25. Okay, so now that we have all that said, how do we make it round, you ask? Well, this is going to be one of those fillet jobs, and that's under Modify. We have the Fillet tab. So if we click on Fillet, a dialog's going to pop up a window, and we got several choices on here. So let's see what it says. So we look at our tire, and one that points to the actual curve says the radius is 0.125. So that's half the diameter. So we got a radius. And let's pick the top one, the constraint. The middle one's variable, and all we need is this top one for the moment. So let's zoom in. Let's click the back of our tire, and we're going to click the front of our tire. Okay, then we're going to click this part of our tire, which is the inside part. Okay, press OK. Okay, there's our nice rounded tire. See that? But we got to get this inside corner right here, and I hope I didn't mess that up because that might have dropped down in size. Let's see. So we click Modify. We're going to click this edge. Nope, that's going to come back out. Nice and round, looking good. Which means we're now going to come to this middle part here. That's going to be this way. And the outer part is going to be that way. So we've now went nice and smooth in and out just like they're showing. Okay, now we'll press Apply. So now all we've got to do is just cut the center of our tire in. So once again, let's draw on 2D surface. Let's click the first part there. And if we look, how big is our very center? Let's see. It's not really showing me at this point where that center hole is. Up here on the back, it's showing the diameter. It's a through hole. The diameter is 0.28. Okay, so let's go. Let's get our circle. Let's click on it. And this one's 0.28. What happened? I lost my circle. Let's go. 0.28. Okay, we got it that time. Let's check it off. And now this one's going to cut right on through. We're going to go 0.25. And it's going to cut. It's going to go reverse. Then we're going to cut. Okay, so there's the front of our tire. Okay. Now we got to put our rear wheel well in here, but we're going to do that in the end. Let's go ahead and cut the back of our tire first. And so what we want to do with this, so that we can get the center for our lines, let's click on the back to draw on it. 2D sketch on the back of the tire. Now let's project the geometry on this middle circle. Okay, so now we've got to look. It's showing a line coming off the center, comes up, then at 30 degrees there's another line, then at 30 degrees there's another line. Okay, so the space is 30 degrees and the actual window is 30 degrees. So really need to make one. So let's do this. Come down to our center, our first line, and our second line. Let's come up, and if you'll notice, we've got one window which is length. That's in the blue right now. I'm not really too worried about that one. And we got another one that's white. So let's do this. Let's hit an arrow for the moment for our length. Okay, so the length disappears. That's this one right here. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's click on our angled one, which is, type in 30 and hit enter. That's our dimension. So as you can see, we just made a 30-degree line. Okay, so now let's look at our size. Okay, the outside of the curve is a radius of 0.063. So let's double that. And that's basically going to be that's a radius of 0.126. So, oops, what happened to my radius? 0.126. Oh, my bad. Let's see. Okay, I kind of made a boo-boo there. I didn't double it. Let's click our dimension on the circle that I just made. Oh, there it is. That's 1.26. Okay, there's our outside one. So the next one, the next radius on the inside of that is 0.37. So we don't make any mess ups. Always have your calculator close so that you can easily say, okay, 0.274. So now we're going to make this one 0.274. Oh, sorry about that. Let me get my stupid measurement. 0.74. Frustrating. Okay. So what I've got now is I've got my outer radius and my inner radius after the struggles. And I've got my two lines at 30 degrees apart. So hit escape, then click on your dimension, hit delete, 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 delete the dimensions. Okay, so now we just got our lines. So now click on trim. And let's get rid of all the unwanted lines. Okay, so now we're just left with our little cutout. So we're going to go to the rotate function, which is this one right here. It's in the modify tab. So let's just highlight the selected area. Now let's select the center point, which is the center point of our circle. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean rotate. I meant, yes, I did mean rotate. I'm going crazy here. Too many hours doing this. Select. So we're going to go. God, I am losing my mind. We wanted to go with the circular dimension, not the stupid rotate one. Select it all. Press the center axis. Now, how many did we want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We wanted 6 of them. So let's go 6. So now, see this center arrow that's pointing counterclockwise? You can come up to the axis and you can flip the direction. So now we're going clockwise. You can change that number to 12, which makes quite a few of them, or you can make it down to 3. Well, that's 30, or 3. However many you want to rotate, just type in 216. Press OK. Okay, so now let's extrude these. So we'll click that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Now, whenever I'm extruding, see how you can barely see what's going on except for the shadows? If we tilt it at an angle, you can see really good. So I usually like to tilt it, make sure I'm doing it the right way. So we're going to cut these through. Press cut. Okay, so now we got the back of our tire. So now let's come over to the front of our tire. And we got to make our little post. So we're going to put that post right in the center of this. So let's go back to draw 2D surface. Let's click on that. Let's move our drawing. Okay, so it's 0.7 to the center. So let's take a line, put it in the middle, come over with it, 0.7, enter. Okay, that's where the center of our tire valve is going to be. Okay, 0.7 to the center. So now we're going to look at the outside diameter. The diameter is 0.125. So let's lock on the end of our thing. See how the little locked in with a green color when I got to the center of my circle was at the end of my line. It locked in green, so that told me it was dead center. So now it's 0.125. You see, it's very important to look for that because you can't see the end of the line. It's hidden in the tire, so you got to look for the connection. Anyway, so now we can barely see our circle there. So let's extrude it quick before it moves. So let's tilt our drawing so we can see what we're doing. Okay, it's coming out. And let's see, how high is it supposed to come out? Looking at our detail of the drawing, it's showing 0.25. And we got 0.25. All right, so that's our first one. Now we got a second one, which is going to be the diameter. Looks like these two are backwards. Look at that. It says the smaller circle is 0.25 and the bigger circle is 0.125. I think those are backwards. So now that they gave us a boo-boo, let's come over and we're going to highlight